Bayley sends bold warning to Becky Lynch after shocking WWE Raw return. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. The world of WWE was flipped on its head once again this past Monday night on Raw. In a moment fans didn't see coming, the arena erupted as the unmistakable music of Becky Lynch echoed throughout the venue. The man had returned. But while the WWE Universe cheered wildly, not everyone was pleased with her comeback. Just hours after her shocking return, Bayley, the current WWE Women's Champion, didn't hold back. She stepped in front of the cameras, full of fire, and delivered a message so personal, so cutting, that even Becky's biggest supporters were left in stunned silence. Bayley didn't just welcome Becky back, she issued a bold warning. This is the full story of Becky Lynch's return, Bayley's explosive response, and what it all means for the future of WWE's women's division. The man returns. For weeks, rumors swirled around Becky Lynch. After her shocking absence following WrestleMania 41, fans speculated about everything: retirement, injuries, personal decisions, or maybe even a brewing conflict behind the scenes. But no official word had come from WWE or Becky herself. That all changed on Monday Night Raw. The main event had just wrapped up. The crowd was buzzing. Bayley had successfully defended her title in a brutal triple threat match against Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Exhausted but proud, she raised her title high and began making her way up the ramp. Then it happened. The lights dimmed slightly. A familiar guitar riff hit. The fans erupted into pure chaos. Crowd chanting, "Becky, Becky, Becky." Narrator voiceover. The Titantron flashed. And there she was, Becky Lynch, walking with the fire of old, a glare in her eyes, a purpose in her stride. Dressed in her signature leather jacket, she made her way to the ring, staring down Bayley, who stood frozen at the top of the ramp. For a moment, time stood still. It was the first time the two women had been face to face since February, before Becky disappeared from WWE television without warning. And she didn't need a microphone. The look said it all. Becky Lynch was back, and she was coming for something, or someone. The history between Bayley and Becky. To truly understand the weight of this moment, you have to go back. Becky Lynch and Bayley are two of the most iconic figures in WWE's modern women's era. They debuted as part of the Four Horsewomen, alongside Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks. Together, they redefined women's wrestling in WWE. But friendship eventually turned into rivalry. In 2023, their tensions began to rise. Bayley accused Becky of being selfish, of using her family and motherhood to play the sympathy card. Becky fired back, accusing Bayley of hiding behind others, whether it was damage control or tag partners, and never truly earning her place at the top. They clashed repeatedly. Raw main events, pay-per-view showdowns, brutal stipulation matches, nothing could settle their growing animosity. Then came WrestleMania 40, where Becky lost the Women's World Championship in a controversial triple threat match. Bayley didn't win the title that night, but something happened behind the scenes that changed everything. After the event, Becky vanished. No social media activity, no interviews, no public appearances, just silence. And while fans speculated, Bayley rose. She clawed her way up the ranks, defeated Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and eventually became WWE Women's Champion. Now, with Becky back, the unfinished business is once again front and center. Bayley breaks her silence. Just minutes after Raw went off the air, WWE's digital team caught up with Bayley backstage. The champion was fuming, and she didn't hesitate to speak her mind. Bayley backstage promo. "Oh, so she finally decided to show up. She walks in like she owns the place. Like the division was just sitting around waiting for her to grace us with her presence again. Nah, not this time. She left. She disappeared when things got tough. She couldn't handle losing, couldn't handle being exposed for the fraud she really is. And now she thinks she can just walk back in here and pretend like nothing happened. I'm the champion now. I carried this division while you were off doing whatever. And if you think for one second that I'm scared of you, Becky, you're more delusional than I thought. This isn't 2020. This isn't the man era anymore. This is my era, and if you come for me, I will end your comeback before it even starts. The message was loud and clear. Bayley didn't just acknowledge Becky's return, she threw down the gauntlet. And within an hour, #Bayley vs Becky was trending across social media. Becky responds. By Tuesday morning, Becky Lynch broke her silence. In a chilling, black and white video posted to her Instagram, Becky stood in a dimly lit gym, wrapping her fists with tape. Her voice was calm, yet cold. Becky Lynch video message. I've heard everything you said, Bayley. Every single word. You think I ran away. You think I disappeared because I couldn't handle losing. No, I walked away because I needed to remember why I ever gave a damn about this place. I've bled for this ring. I've broken bones for this company. And while you were parading around calling yourself champion, I was getting stronger. You're holding a title, but you're not a champion. Not until you beat me. And Bayley, you better pray we never meet in that ring. Because when we do, I won't just take your title. I'll take your legacy. The tension had reached a boiling point. The WWE Universe was divided. #Team Bayley and #Team Becky were going head to head online. It wasn't just about a title anymore. This was personal. WWE Locker Room reacts. Backstage sources have reported that the atmosphere in WWE has drastically changed since Becky's return. Many superstars are reportedly on edge, not knowing what this means for the women's hierarchy. Rhea Ripley, currently out due to injury, tweeted a simple skull emoji after Becky's return, cryptic, but definitely suggestive. Zoe Stark responded in a backstage interview, saying, Zoe Stark, Becky coming back, cool, but I'm not here to play in anyone's nostalgia tour. She steps in my way, I'll make sure she regrets it. Meanwhile, Natalya, one of WWE's most respected veterans, had a different take. Natalya, I've seen these two evolve since NXT. This is more than just a rivalry. This is war, and I can promise you, the locker room will never be the same after this one. Triple H gets involved. WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H addressed the situation during the post-Raw media conference. He was asked about Becky Lynch's return and Bayley's response. Triple H media scrum. I don't book fairy tales. I book reality. And right now, Bayley and Becky, that's as real as it gets. They both want the same thing. They both think they're the face of this division. There's only one way to settle that, in the ring. Triple H didn't confirm a date or event, but insiders speculate that WWE is building toward a monumental showdown between Bayley and Becky Lynch, possibly at SummerSlam or WWE Payback. Sources backstage also suggest stipulations are being considered, from a last woman standing match to a potential no-holds-barred title bout. Behind the curtain, behind the scenes, both women are heavily involved in the creative direction of this feud. Becky Lynch, known for her meticulous attention to detail and long-term storytelling, reportedly pitched elements of this return herself. Bayley, always game for a deep storyline, is said to be fired up to make this the most emotionally charged feud of her career. An anonymous producer shared with WWE Insider. Producer quote, "This isn't just a match. This is going to be a reckoning. This feud might do for the women's division what Cena vs. Punk did for men's wrestling in 2011. What's at stake? It's not just about the WWE Women's Championship. This is about power, legacy, dominance. Bayley wants to prove that she doesn't live in the shadows of the horsewomen anymore. That she's surpassed them. Becky wants to reclaim the crown, not just as champion, but as the man, the backbone of WWE's entire women's division. One of them will fall. The other will rise. What comes next? WWE has announced that Becky Lynch will appear live next week on Raw to address the WWE Universe. Bayley is also expected to defend her title at the upcoming Money in the Bank event, but her opponent has not been confirmed. Speculation is rampant that Becky could insert herself into the title picture as early as next week,